Lisa McGuire, fractional CMO and personal brand and messaging strategist. And Rebecca, you teed this up so well for me. And thank you, Joel, for asking that question. So first of all, I want to talk about when you hear the term personal branding, I hear a lot of people cringe or they back away. But I'd like to reposition that a little bit today. Think about, it doesn't mean you're an influencer. It doesn't mean that you have to tell every little detail about yourself, but we all have a personal brand, whether we know it or not. So let's reframe that and think of it as your reputation or your image, what people think about you or say about when you're not in the room. So that does lead us to that word authenticity. And when we hear authenticity, again, people don't know what that is. I mean, Joel, you just demonstrated that so well, is what you say, who you really are. And I'll give the example. I've met several people on LinkedIn through their comments and posts, and we agreed to have a virtual meeting. And when I get on Zoom with them, they are not anything like they show up in their post. And I'm thinking, who are you? Where did you come from? Where is my friend I made on LinkedIn? They're very, very different. So when you think of authenticity, there's also the word transparency. And I heard this a few weeks ago, and I thought this was an amazing way to describe it. Authentic is being who you really are. And as Rebecca said, it comes by evidence. It comes by examples. It comes by things that we can really measure and point to. But it doesn't mean that you have to show every little detail of your life. There is a level of transparency. And we as marketers, if you think about graphics, you can adjust the transparency of an image, right? How dense it appears or how filtered it is. We do want to choose what we're sharing with people. And so when you are expressing yourself as your personal brand, it's very important that you present yourself truthfully. So where does the evidence come from? And this is my tip, is you are going to show up much more magnetic and more confident if you have the evidence to know who you are. That is done by making sure that you understand how you are wired. You also have to understand how other people see you. And we don't know that. We have to ask other people, what is the image? What do people think about you? What do they think your skills and your talents and tricks are that you have that make you magical? And what are the evidence pieces that you have throughout your life that are clues that brought you to where you are today? And then finally, what are the stories you're telling yourself that if you were to tell someone else, they'd say, why do you think that about yourself? Because that filters how we show up. So once you have that confidence, you know who you truly are. The second piece is being sensitive to your audience. You have to be empathetic and know where your audience is coming from. It's that client-centric messaging, right? You have to know what they're thinking, where they're coming from, and what they need to hear from you. So personal brand communications are done not for you, but they're done in the service of others to help people know, are you the person they want to work with, or are you the person they want to work for?